The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You pay tithes of mint and dirt and cumin, and you have neglected the weightier things of the law, judgment and mercy and fidelity. But these you should have done without neglecting the others. Blind guides who strain out the gnats and swallow the camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You cleanse the outside of the cup and dish, but inside they are full of plunder and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisee, cleanse first the inside of the cup, so that the outside also may be clean." The Gospel of the Lord. Good morning. How are you today? Thank you. Christianity is a religion of the hearts. I would say Jesus wants to form our hearts. And that's a true exercise that we need to do every day, to allow the Lord to form our hearts. Maybe our external appearance is important, I think so, but it's not as important as our interior. The true man, the true person, the true personality does not come from what you appear to be, but it comes from the inside. Forming the inner man, that's what Paul called this, the inner person, the inner man. That is exactly the most important thing. And no one can form the inner man without getting into the silence of yourself, examining yourself first, and encountering the source of all transformation, that is Jesus Christ himself, in that sacred sanctuary, as it be called by the Carmelites, the heart as the sacred sanctuary of the meeting with God. This chapter 23, Jesus is very, very harsh on the Pharisees, which we can think they are, this is the people he was talking about in that time. But today, we seem to be very close, or even too much, even more than the Pharisees. As we take so much care of our external appearance, we take so much care of, how our words are going to be outside. I need to portray very nice words outside. But inside, what about? Because the true motivation comes from the inside, and that's love. That's love. All our actions should be rooted, grounded in that love, the love of Christ. He speaks of the allegory of the vessels. How can we be those shining vessels outside, but inside is filthy? What will that look like? You have that beautiful cup and that you like to drink coffee in, and you have that cup. It's so beautiful from the outside, but inside is dirty. I wonder if yourself you'll be able to drink the coffee or the water or whatever with that same cup. What Jesus is asking us to do is not to neglect our external appearance, but to allow first our inner self, our inner person, our inside to be purified, so that when we act from the outside, it truly reflects, it becomes one. There is that unity between the inside and the outside. And that is true Christianity. And that's who we are meant to be. Let's pray this morning, dear brothers and sisters, that we may understand exactly what Paul tells us in the first reading. He's speaking to the Thessalonians. You know, God judges the hearts. And St. Vincent Pallotti used to say, God judges the actions that we pose according to the inner disposition. If our inner dispositions are not true, authentic, our external actions are null. My dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, this morning is a clear challenge to us to look inside our hearts. And for us, especially today as a staff, we are going to take ourselves aside, close the doors of the office, and do what Jesus advised his own disciples and say, come away to a lonely place, rest for a while. In other words, he wants them to be out of all the rest of apostolate and activity and to look to their inner hearts. Then they refuel their hearts and their soul. Then they come back filled with strength and the true motivation of why they are serving. And this should be the motive of us being alive, serving, and doing all the rest that we do in the parish, in our families, with that clear and strong and powerful motivation. The love of Christ, says Paul, impels us. Caritas Christi urget nas.